Hey, Kevin Lynch here. With the COVID-19 pandemic going on, everybody is spending a lot more time at home. A growing trend we are starting to see is pizza shops selling fresh dough pizza kits for customers to make at home. Making pizza is a fun activity, especially when you get the family involved. So today, I'm going to show you a couple different styles of pizza you can make with those pizza kits. So let's head to Tinybrickoven in the Federal Hill neighborhood of Baltimore and pick up a couple pizza kits.
My name's Will. I'm the owner of Tinybrickoven. This is my pizza shop here in Federal Hill, Baltimore. We're doing a promo for Slice Out Hunger. You get to buy a delicious make-at-home pizza kit, and part of your sales will go to help support the Maryland Food Bank. This is part of our partnership with Slice Out Hunger, an organization that basically gets pizzerias to help their local food bank. Our kit contains about 70 grams of New York style East Coast blend cheese. That's a whole milk mozzarella and a part skim mozzarella mixed 50-50. A container of flour so you can stretch your dough with it. One 10-inch New York style dough ball. And one 4-ounce container of crushed tomato sauce. All right, here we have our kit. We've got our flour. We'll just put down a little bit of that. And we'll take our dough ball. And if we kind of gingerly take this out of the bag, we want to make sure we don't put any holes in it or stretch it in a funny way. We want it to remain fairly round like that. And you want it to be fairly mobile like this. So you can see the flour below is making it so it doesn't stick to anything. You can tell the top is still very sticky. You can see how wet that looks. So we'll take a little bit of flour here and we'll just throw that over top. Maybe turn it around a couple of times until it's nice and floury like that. And then you can start stretching. Sometimes you can just sort of press it down with your fingers like this. I use the flats of my fingers. And if it's sticking like that, then just turn it over and put a little bit more flour. And what I usually do is I get it to about right here. If you go much further, you can see how it's starting to fight against you. You stretch it and then it just pulls back. So you can just let it rest for a minute or two and then finish. This dough is pretty ripe now, so it actually probably doesn't need that resting period.
Now that we have our pizza kits, I'm going to show you two different styles of pizza to make. We're going to make a New York style using a peel and a pizza stone, and we're going to make a grandma pie using a pan. Starting with the New York style, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 500 degrees, 550 if it can go that high, and heat up your stone for at least 45 minutes. So getting started, I'm going to take out one of our pizza dough balls. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my peel. Rub in a nice thin layer. So I gently took the pizza dough ball out of the bag and put it on a floured surface. I'm going to add more flour to the top. The dough ball is really sticky, so I'm just going to coat it in flour. I'm taking the flat parts of my fingers and just keep moving around, stretching the dough out. The dough is slowly expanding. You can take your fingers and just kind of stretch it out like this. One thing you can do is you can pick it up, put it on your fist, make sure not to poke a hole in it. Stretch it out that way. And go back to your fingertips just to fix it up a little bit. Now we have it stretched to about 10 inches, and I'm going to pick it up, put it on my floured peel. I can go ahead and clean it up a little bit so it looks like a circle. Always using the flat parts of my fingers. All right, it's sliding around, it's sliding around. That's the way we want it. So we have this can of crushed tomato sauce. I'm just going to take a spoon and spread this out in a circular motion. With a little bit more weight on our pizza dough, we can stretch it a little bit bigger. So you can see I have the sauce on my pizza. Now let's top it with cheese. We have this nice cheese blend. I'm just going to layer it on the pizza. So you can see now I have the sauce and the cheese on the pizza. Let's put our pepperonis on. So now the pizza's prepared. It's still moving on my peel because we have that flour. So we're going to slide the pizza off the peel and onto the stone. We're going to cook it for 6 to 7 minutes at 500 degrees on the stone. Watch the sliding motion as I put the pizza on the stone. It's been 6 minutes. I'm going to quickly scoop out the pizza using the peel. So now we have a nice and crispy New York style pepperoni pizza. For our grandma pie, I have this 9 by 13 inch pan, but any cookie pan or brownie pan you have will work. First thing I'm going to do is oil my work surface. Spread this out. I'm putting my dough on the oiled work surface. I'm just stretching it out with the flat part of my fingers. Make it into a rectangular shape. I'm just grabbing it and flattening it to stretch it into a rectangle. Once again, using the flat part of my fingers to flatten out the dough a bit. Then I'm going to put a nice layer of olive oil on my pan. Spread it out with my fingers. I'm just going to pick up the dough off my work surface and drop it in the pan. Going to contract a little bit. You can stretch the dough as big as you want, depending on how thick you like it. Use the flat part of your fingers to pat down any air bubbles. Now you can see I have my dough in the pan. On a lot of pan pizzas, I like to do cheese first and then sauce, as the cheese protects the dough from getting soggy. So let's put down our layer of cheese. And then we just take our pizza sauce and drizzle it on top. Everything's in the pan, and now our pizza is ready to go in the oven. We're going to cook this for 11 minutes at 500. Okay, it's been 11 minutes. Let's take it out. Yum, these look great. Now it's time to eat some pizza.